Well, good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to the farm. She's a beauty of a day here today, and we are at the cabin. We're working on the grain bin cabin. Now, I've had lots of folks asking how we're making out. I think they must be thinking that there's more progress than there is. But honestly, it's right where I left it. You know, elves haven't come and built anything, so we're still working. So where I left off here last time was we put these two, I don't know what they are. They're 30 inches by, I think, 40 inches, 30 by 40, something like that. These two windows, they just crank out, get some airflow in there. That's fantastic. Now it's time to get some upstairs windows in. We looked all over the map to try and find 24 by 36 sash windows that we could just put up there. And, you know, I know they exist. I know they exist used somewhere, but maybe they're just a little bit out of reach. Maybe just a few kilometers away. That's just a little bit too far. You know, I'm sure if a guy went to Edmonton or something like that, Calgary, you find all kinds of them. But the wife just went and bought some. So that's what we got today. I got one frame built. So the frame is the easy part. Building the frame is like a walk in the park. What's hard is taking that frame and going up a ladder and holding a square frame on a round building and then going with a Sharpie and trying to draw around it and saying, okay, that's what I want to cut out. Because you really need about 6 hands. A couple to hold onto the ladder, a couple to hold onto your frame, and then, you know, you kind of got to transfer, do 1, 2, and then around with the pen. But we don't got that. We don't got that today. We just got, you know, one hand for hanging on, one hand for drawing, and I guess I'm going to hold that wooden frame up there with my teeth. And hopefully we can get a square hole cut out of a round building. Plan for the window placement. Now, my wife and I don't exactly have the same idea on this one, but I'm going to trust her on this one. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to take the two upper windows and put them immediately above that one, right? Boom, boom, perfectly symmetrical. It makes sense, right? She said, well, we're still going to be symmetrical, but we're not going to be even there. We're going to have the top windows pushed back. And her theory there, and it's a sound one, it makes sense, is that because on the second floor is going to cut off right about here, and that's where the ladder and the handrail and all that stuff goes, right? So the kids aren't going to be able to reach that window if it's up here. So we're going to put it back. We're going to put it back up here where the kids can reach it and they can slide up and down as they need to. Because, I mean, yeah, we're going to spray foam the inside of this thing, but I still expect that it's going to be quite warm inside that cabin, especially on a day like today. Today is only 21 degrees out, and I'm only good to go and work in there for 5-10 minutes, and I got to come out and catch breath here. This is how it looks on the inside here. The edge of that window is going to be right here. The opposite side is going to be about there, and it's going to run half and half. So essentially, the window sash or the divider is going to be right here, where the tin overlap is. So we'll have 19.5 inches of window above it and 19.5 inches of window below it. Should work. So this is essentially what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold this up, put a mark all the way down there, maintaining square the whole time, of course, which is just as easy as it sounds. Yeah, I'm already, just the fact while I'm filming here, I've already come off by about 3/4 of an inch. So I can't imagine that it would move at all while I'm reaching over with 0 points of contact, literally floating here. And yeah, I'm gonna do my best. What I ended up doing, because I just knew there was no way that I could hold this up there and reach across and mark all the way down that side and maintain square, is I basically just verified the top corner, put a mark on the opposite side, mark the bottom corner, mark the opposite side. And then I'm just going to take a piece of 2x4 that's longer than 39 inches, use that as a straight edge, and then make my line all the way down. And that is going to be as close as we're going to get. Look, a window. The view is just amazing. Be able to look out at the moon, look down at the lawnmower, right uptown. All right, so not only is my hole cut, but my frame is in. I can see I'm gonna have to remove some big scary branches there that's gonna go tap, tap, tap in the middle of the night. But I think I'm ready to chuck my window in here. Got some short screws, get that screwed all up. Robert's gonna be our mother's brother, but I'm looking at the sky up here and thinking there's something I have not yet considered, and that's sleeping in a grain bin. Grain bins probably conduct a lot of electricity. Not that I think it's ever going to happen, but I had not considered putting a ground rod in there with some ground cable. And just looking at that sky up there, I'm going to pound that rod real deep with some thick, thick cable. So this is how loud it's going to be in a rainstorm. Let's pop up here and see how this window works. Great. So much airflow. Of course, I'm going to come in here, spray foam, spray foam, spray foam, spray foam, spray foam. Spray foam's going to be our friend. Perfect. Well, the worst of that's probably over, but I'm not going to hang out inside of a metal building while it's doing that. So I'm going to come under here, get myself a cold beer out of the propane fridge. So I'll let you go for now. I hope you're having a fantastic afternoon. See you tomorrow.